Hey what's guys, Bryce here. We're back at it again for another video, and today we'll be showing you guys the highlights from my latest league race. So I haven't posted highlights in a while just because the results I've been getting and just the kind of action in races have been pretty boring lately just because of the performance that I've been doing. It wasn't so great. But now I'm kind of back on top of things, and this race at Monza a few days ago was actually really fun. It was a really close race. I actually could have had a chance to really get a podium, but then it rained. So it was a really good race overall, and it was just really fun. So yeah, let me show you guys basically what happened. So we're at the start here. I did not get a chance to record the qualifying, but we do have the race. We do get a pretty good start, starting from 9th place. We drop back to 10th from the Ferrari. Then we try to go around the outside of my teammate, going around the outside into turn 1. Very tight in here. I got tapped just a little bit. I'm not sure what that was. And trying to get a really good exit out of the first chicane, and we do get past, puts us back into 9th place. But this race, I really was working on my strategy. I had a really good strategy starting on the soft tires and also saving my ERS because it is so easy to waste it around this track. 3rd gear, I was really surprised that not a lot of drivers really took a lot of that curb going into that little chicane, but here we're just trying to hold our own here, trying to keep up with everyone else, trying to keep the pace going. But I noticed that people in the front, as you can see, started to fight, and we do get a safety car, and this was so crucial here because we could pit for hard tires and try to go to the end. Now it did say it would rain in the end of the race, but I didn't. It said 45 minutes. I think if we had the safety car, if we didn't have all these safety cars, it definitely would not have rained. Maybe it would rain last lap, because this safety car did last for a while. So now here's our chance. Me personally, I thought this was a great opportunity to pit for the hard tires, because anytime there's a safety car, you're pretty much getting a free pit stop, and I would be at the back, and the guy in the front, I would pretty much come out in the top 10. So that is exactly what I did. I went into the pits this lap for the hard tires. I was super surprised. If you look at the mini map down below, no one else went into the pits in the front. Maybe like one guy went into the pits. So I decided, you know what, let's go into the pits. Free pit stop. Lap 1, we do a pit stop, try to go to the hard tires for the end. This track is very notorious for the mediums to really die down at the end, so I said, you know what, screw it, let's go to the hards. I didn't know if this would be a good option, so we go into the hard tires. We try to make a pretty good pit stop, and we do get 2.6 seconds stop. So now we're really just catching up to the safety car. And yeah, I was kind of nervous because I didn't know if this was the right strategy. We're in 15th place at this point, so 9th all the way down to 15th. It could be a wrong move, and we'll find out if it was the right or the wrong move at the time. And we get racing once again. Try to use my ERS at the start. It was at 100, rich fuel load, and of course going down to lean to get better exit speed. And you can see going down to turn 1, not taking any huge risks, just trying to get a really late apex and a really good run to this next corner. So I knew people were going to be a little bit slow, as you can see here. And at the safety car restart, we do manage to get 2 cars. We get Danny Co, who goes onto the grass, and Tipsy Bob on the left-hand side. We do get to go through them both. Pretty nice. I was able to gain 2 positions there. And he was still on the left-hand side, I believe, but I do outbrake him. I believe I gave him room there. And we were able to keep our position in 13th place, get 2 places at the start. And I do believe there was a virtual safety car after this pretty soon somewhere. I think it's around here somewhere. I'm not exactly sure. But now really our main goal is to make these hard tires last till the end, but at the same time really keep up our race pace. So that's why we're not using our ERS. No ERS overtake, still at 85, and another safety car like I mentioned before. And now here's when everyone's going to pit. Really here's when everyone's going to pit. But good for me, I already pit. But some other drivers were able to pit under this safety car on the medium tires and have better run. So it was really, you know, hit or miss with this safety car, with both safety cars actually. And it's so weird because you wouldn't expect to have so many safety cars at Monza, but then we do a wet race in Hungary and there's like very little safety cars. But as you can see here, everyone is going into the pits now. Literally everyone is going to the pits for the medium tires under the safety car, and this brings us all the way up to 5th place. So this was pretty crazy. Brings me up to 5th place. I went from pretty much 15th to 5th in 5 laps. So pretty crazy race already. And I realized that all the drivers in front of me have not pit. So that means that if I'm able to build a gap, I'm pretty much in the lead of this race. So right now I'm in the lead of this race because everyone in front has not pit yet. So I just need to hold my own, try to build a gap from the guy behind, not try to pick any battles with the guys in front. And I was pretty much in the lead of this race until, of course, it started to rain, and that really screwed things over. So here I'm really trying to keep up with them. They're on the medium tires and my teammate first is on the soft tires, but they all have to pit. So it was pretty intense. I'm just trying to build a gap from behind, but also some drivers under that last safety car pit for the medium, so they were going to catch up. As you can see here, we have Renault going on the outside. So I did just let him go through there, but he was not safe yet because I did get a really good exit out of here, and I do get to pass him in the first Lesmo. A bit of contact here, but still pretty clean. I kept my line and I made sure I got the overtake done. I made sure I built the gap. Tires were getting warm again. I was really getting a feel for the hard tires, and it was really nice to be able to build that gap, and the gap is already half a second. So again, I made sure that we could keep the momentum up and the pace up. So as you can see here, we skipped to lap 12 because I was just keeping the pace up, and we have the AlphaTauri of Makender behind me, and I noticed that he was catching up because if you can see here, he is on the medium tires and he has pit. He pit on lap 4 when that second safety car came out, so he's eventually going to catch me because he is on the medium tires, and I need to make these tires last to the end. So as you can see here, my teammate goes in the pit, so that's going to bring me up to 3rd place because he was on the soft tires, and now we're just waiting for the 2 leaders to pit, and then I would be in the lead of this race, but we still had to try to build that gap from the guy in 4th place. So it was pretty intense, and I was just trying to hold my own at this point in the race. And as you guys can see here, we have a virtual safety car. So really with this, I've gotten so many penalties from staying too far from the delta, so I slowed down a lot to make sure I was in that delta. The virtual safety car lasted for literally 3 corners, and as you can see here, virtual safety car is ending, still staying in the green because if you're in the red when it ends, you will get a penalty. And we're in the green, and it ends right now, and we get racing again. So just a really quick virtual safety car in the race, and as you can see here, at this point, he's gotten super close. He is 3/10. He's going to get DRS on this straight, and there's really not much I can do. He's on the quicker tire, and his pace was a lot quicker than mine. And as you can see here, he goes on the inside. I should have protected the inside line to make it a bit harder for him, but he did get past me, and I could not really keep up with him at this point in the race. So I tried to keep up with him as best as I could, because now you know, we're in 4th place, and then we have Icewind behind me as well, and Hugo behind me, behind him, who I definitely know would be able to catch me. So I'm trying to build a gap, but the guys in first really aren't pushing that much because they know that if they can make those tires last as long as possible, they might be able to make it to the rain and switch to the intermediate and pretty much get a free pit. Now we're in lap 20, and this is when it started to rain. As you can see here, we're in 3rd place because someone in front pit. We're in 3rd place. It started to rain. The reason this is the exact lap it started to rain. I should have pit this lap. If I would have pit this lap, I could have been in the pits on intermediate tires, but instead this lap was a super slow lap because all of the rubber that was on track got wet, and slick rubber is super slippery. As you can see here, Makender and me both missed this corner completely, and we get a corner cutting warning for that as well, which is so unfortunate. But it is raining super hard now. The grip is absolutely horrible. As you can see here, we're down by 6 seconds from that lap already. If we would have pit, we would have been so much better performance. You can see here, he loses the back end a little bit, and we're able to overtake him on this straight with the hard tire. And as you can see here, we get a good run. I'm trying to get to the pits as fast as I can. He's trying to get to the pits as fast as he can. And yeah, everyone who pit the lap before this lap is super lucky. I should have pit that lap, but I didn't know the track was going to be this slippery. See here, he goes on the inside in the pit lane. I didn't want to take any risks, and he does get me in the pits. So a really nice pass from him there. I did not expect that at all. But we're going into the pits now, and I'm really just hoping that I don't lose too much time. And we have to pit for the intermediate tires. The track is super slippery, and as you can see here, we're in 3rd place, and we do drop down to 5th, I believe. I'm not exactly sure. I think we keep our spot actually in 3rd place, but the problem is that some drivers behind, as you can see here, Hugo's coming because he pit the lap before, and he goes from 5th to 3rd. So I should have pit that lap before, but anyways, you can see here, he's doing pretty well. As you can see here, we're in 3rd place trying to keep our own here, and we have the 2 cars from behind pressuring super hard, so this really forces us to try to push as hard as we can. And the rain is super slippery. The only adjustment I made to the setup was I moved the front wing up 1 click, but it seemed like that does not work because the car behind has a really good speed on the straight, and he's able to go down the inside into this corner. He tries it, I try to give him room, and I squeeze him out wide just a little bit, and he's not able to get the move done, and that gives Icewind the chance to also fight with him. So I'm hoping that they can fight more so I could keep this position. And here's when I was trying my hardest to pass Copy, because we could have gotten into P3. This is the closest I was to him all race. I should have used more ARS there to really try to get around him, but he has really good grip around the outside. I should have used overtake there to really get a good line coming out that corner, but it's so difficult in the rain. And as you can see here, he does seem to be using a lot of his overtake, so he does get more speed, but I should have tried to pass him there. But we try to go down the inside, try to pressure him a little bit, but not make any moves. But this gives Garrico a chance to go around the outside. So that was obviously something I should not have done, because we just gave that position up. And then now we have Icewind trying to pass me as well, because the crazy thing about this game is that once you lose momentum, once you lose that momentum going to the corner, already down by 2 seconds, you can really just lose tons of positions. You really have to keep the momentum up. He tries to go around the outside, banging wheels a little bit, sliding everywhere, and he doesn't get the move done. Super hard to pass there in the rain, but I gave him room and I tried my best to keep the line so I didn't get past. And here's the last lap of this race. A crazy race so far. If it didn't rain, who knows what could have happened. But as you can see here, my goal here was to pass Copy, and I didn't have any penalties at this point, but I was pushing so hard that I managed to get one coming up here, which is super disappointing. I think I could have gotten P3 because Garrico had a 6-second penalty. But as you can see here, going to this corner, trying to push as hard as I can, trying to get a better inside line, and we get a 3-second time penalty. So that really screwed us over. So now at this point, we're just trying to get the best time possible, because even if we pass him, I know he has no penalties. Very clean driver. But we could have gotten P3 because Garrico had 6 seconds. So I'm pretty upset about that. We keep our P5 as we try to keep the car on the track as well. And what a race. What a crazy race. Starting from 9th to 5th. Well, 9th down to 15th to 3rd, then 5th. So a crazy race. Really enjoyed that one. But I tried my best. Ended up getting P5. Not bad result. But yeah, I'm really looking forward to the next one. That'll be Singapore last year. But last season, I really had a good race there. That was actually my first ever race, and I qualified P2. I think I finished like P15 just because that was my first race ever. Didn't have the pace, but in qualifying got super lucky. So track ad for Singapore coming out soon. That track ad is also my most popular video, I believe, so I'm for sure going to be doing that. So yeah, thank you guys so much for watching. Hope you guys did enjoy. If you did, leave a like down below, subscribe, and I'll see you in the next video, guys. Bye bye.